The stone is sliding back, and there's no machine to stop it. Only men. 2.5 tons. And it is one of 2,300,000 they will stack. For 20 years, a block every few minutes. Today, with cranes, with computers, we're not sure we could keep that pace. The base is level to within the width of your thumb. The faces point to true north, and without a compass, to within a 15th of a degree. How? And in 2017, modern physics looked inside. Above the Grand Gallery, it found a vast empty space no one can explain. Not aliens, not magic. People did this, and we still cannot fully explain how. Come, let's start with the first line. Egypt, 2560 BC. Not a single stone yet? First, a promise. The pharaoh wants a mountain whose 4 faces look to the 4 corners of the world, because his soul will travel to the imperishable stars in the north. But first, something impossible. To make an area larger than 10 football fields perfectly flat. They have no instruments. They have water. The leading idea, they cut a grid of channels into the rock and filled it with water. Water finds its own level everywhere. Mark the line carved down to it. The result, across 230 meters, less than an inch out of true. Whether they really did it this way, we still aren't certain. Then direction, no compass. And magnetic north isn't true north anyway. So how do you find north in the middle of a desert? One answer is in the stars. Mark where a northern star rises and where it sets against a level wall. Then split the angle exactly in half. That line points true north. Another is in the sun. Plant a rod. Mark the tip of its shadow in the morning. And again in the afternoon, join the 2 marks. There is your true east-west line. Which method they used is still debated, but the result is not. Those faces point north more accurately than cathedrals built thousands of years later, with far better tools. And one strange detail, the tiny alignment errors across the 3 Giza pyramids drift slightly over the decades. One researcher argued the drift tracks the slow movement of the sky itself, that these builders were calibrating to the stars. It isn't proven, but sit with that for a moment. No iron, only copper, a metal softer than granite. The soft limestone they cut with copper chisels and wooden wedges. Soak the wood, it swells, the rock cracks. Patience, meeting muscle, but the granite of the king's chamber is another world. Copper cannot scratch granite. The answer was quartz sand, sprinkled beneath a copper saw. The sand did the cutting, not the metal. And still, the saw and drill marks they left are so clean that engineers keep asking, how did they do this? Made this precisely this fast? With these tools, we don't have a full answer. A block doesn't slide across sand, it digs in, until you pour water in front of it. Wet sand cuts the friction almost in half. A tomb painting shows exactly this. For years we called it an offering. It wasn't. It was physics, proven in a lab in 2014. And here, a real man steps onto the stage. Mirror, an inspector, leading a crew of 40. Fed, provisioned, not chained. He moves the fine white casing stone from Tura to Giza by water and records every voyage in a journal. That journal was found in 2013, the oldest written papyrus on Earth, a supply log of day by day from the last years of Khufu's reign. Because the real miracle isn't one stone, it's getting a block every few minutes for 20 years to the right place in the right order. They bent the Nile, dug canals, carried the water to the foot of the site, a supply chain that would strain a modern port. And here is the question no one can fully answer. You cut the stone from the ground. You hauled it across the desert. Now, Yaru, how do you raise it 140 meters into the sky? The obvious answer is a ramp. But for a straight ramp to reach the top, it would have to run more than a kilometer. and hold more material than the pyramid itself. Building the ramp would be harder than building the pyramid, a spiral ramp around the outside. Then how do you hold your alignment and your balance at every corner? No one has shown it cleanly. One architect proposed something else entirely. The ramp wasn't outside, it was inside the wall, a hidden tunnel spiraling upward. An elegant idea, but the proof is still missing. The truth is this: 4,500 years, countless engineers, and we still can't agree on exactly how they lifted these stones. Up here, the polished casing stone's mirror carried lock into place. The joints are so fine that the man who measured them a century ago wrote you could not slide a knife between them. 0.5 millimeter in stones weighing tons, and at its heart, something staggering. The ceiling of the king's chamber is roofed with granite beams brought from Aswan, 800 kilometers to the south, each weighing tens of tons. Those weights were lifted more than 40 meters up, into the heart of the pyramid. How? We don't know. And remember that empty space I told you about at the start. In 2017, scientists scanned the pyramid with cosmic particles raised from space, without touching a single stone. And directly above the Grand Gallery, they found a void 30 meters long, the size of an aircraft hangar. What is it for? A construction gap, a hidden chamber, an unknown trick of architecture? No one knows. 4,500 years on, the pyramid is still keeping secrets. And finally, the capstone, a single stone sheathed in gold, catching the sun. When it settled into place, the tallest structure on the planet was complete. It stayed that way for 3,800 years, and still, we don't have the answers. How they found north, how they cut the granite, how they raised the stone. What lies in that void? We want to fill the silence with an easy answer. Aliens, lost technology. But the truth is harder and far more beautiful. The mystery isn't a spacecraft, the mystery is human genius, measuring the sky with copper and rope, and shaming us still. I'm June. Closing time at the hour.